I absolutely love a good shotgun. There's nothing more fun than running around the map and one-shotting enemies with a shotgun. I just find that extremely fun and extremely enjoyable. Now in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with these face-off maps, it's even easier to run around a close-range map and one-shot enemies with a shotgun. For those of you who don't know, Face-Off is a game mode in Call of Duty where you and teammates are pitted off against enemies on very close-range maps. And believe it, a lot of them are very close range. So close range that there are some longer range guns you're probably not going to want to use on them. But these maps, you see a lot of shotguns, you see a lot of people running around with melee weapons, you see a lot of submachine guns as well. They're very close range. So nothing is better than utilizing these maps to review a shotgun. And what better shotgun than the Marine SP, the Blueprint Boomslang in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. What's up, YouTube? Zero here. And today I have a blueprint review of the Boomslang, which is a blueprint of the Marine SP in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. In this video, I'm going to go over the attachment setup on this Boomslang. I'm going to talk about the camo. I'm going to talk about what I like and what I don't like of this attachment setup. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to say if you should use this blueprint attachment setup or if you should lose it. Before I get into it, if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. For more Call of Duty content, I do a bunch of other video games, so feel free to check those out as well. Without further ado, let's talk about the Boomslang. And what better place to start than, of course, the attachments. The Boomslang Blueprint has a muzzle, the modified choke. What the modified choke is going to do is it enhances the aim down sight pellet spread. That means when you're aiming down sight, the pellets are going to be closer together, so you're more likely to have all of your pellets hit the target. Next is going to be a barrel, and it's the quick load barrel. This is going to enhance jumping, aim down sight speed, jumping, sprint to fire speed, and reload quickness at a cost of magazine ammo capacity. Next is going to be a stock. It's the combat stock. This is going to enhance the dive to fire speed, the slide to fire speed, and the sprint to fire speed. No cons on this combat stock. Next is going to be a laser. It's the fast motion laser. It enhances diving hipfire spread, enhances jumping hipfire spread, and also enhances sliding hipfire spread at a cost of the laser being visible at the hip. And last but not least is rapid fire in the fire mods. This is going to enhance the rechamber speed and fire rate at a cost of vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control, and damage range. So now that I've gone over the attachment setup on the Boomslang for the Marine SP, let's talk about them. Let's talk about what I like and what I don't like. And to start, I want to talk about what I like doing for shotguns in general when I do like to run a shotgun. Regardless of how close range a map I'm on, enhancing the shotgun's range is almost crucial to any shotgun build. Regardless of the map, there are going to be a lot of scenarios where you're at just that range where you're going to want that extra damage before the drop-off. Unfortunately, this setup does not do that. What I also like to do for my shotguns is one of two things. Because you're running around a lot, you're going to get into a lot of close quarter combat situations. I either want my aim down sight speed to be vastly increased, or I want my hip fire to be vastly increased. Unfortunately, this combination of attachments does nothing in terms of enhancing what I like to enhance for shotguns. You have to be really fast moving, you have to jump up and down, you have to slide to make this attachment setup work. We saw with the quick load barrel, you need The jumping aim down sight speed is enhanced. Jumping sprint to fire speed is enhanced, which is great if you're jumping around a lot. The combat stock, we have dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, sprint to fire speed is nice. Sprint to fire speed is good to enhance, but all of this other stuff, you have to be diving, you have to be sliding for all of this to kick into play. And while, yes, I do slide, I do dive every once in a while, I would much rather be running around, have my sprint to fire speed enhanced, and have my aim down sight speed, or have my hip fire, so I don't even have to aim down the sight. I could just fire from my hip and kill enemies. I'd also like my range increased, because when I am facing an enemy at a little bit longer ranges, I don't want my damage to drop off of my shotgun. So, in terms of the attachment setup on this gun, if you're sliding around a lot, great. If you're diving a lot, great. But I don't see that as necessary for a shotgun build. You could still slide and dive a ton and have what I just said enhanced, the damage range, the aim down sight speed, or the hip fire, and still do extremely well. You don't need the dive to fire speed or slide to fire speed enhanced for a good shotgun build. Unfortunately, this just enhances things that I'm not using that much. Yes, it may help every once in a while, but it's not helping on every kill. It's kind of just put on the back pedal for me. There's nothing here that I'm like, yes, I can really use this every time I'm firing. I would much rather have something with a hip fire to aim down sight accuracy, such as the Straylock laser, maybe the Stame Eddy laser where my hip fire spread is better. Those would enhance to where I would be more confident running around with this shotgun. Maybe I'd prefer a 12 gauge slug, so instead of any of the pellets at all, I could use a slug, which would be a lot better in general. Maybe, depending on your playstyle, but it could enhance a particular playstyle where you have a slug instead of the pellets. Really, none of this combination is something that I'm all for. There are a lot better combinations. Like I said, I would much rather have a damage range for a shotgun, because I can kill enemies with one shot over longer ranges. I would much rather either enhancing aim down sight time or just my hip fire, because that would enhance my gun a lot better shotgun wise. I could run around and just fire from the hip and damage enemies and kill enemies with one shot instead of having to aim down the sight. It would allow my movement to be a lot more fluid. There are different attachments that I would much rather on this shotgun. There aren't a ton that I really like in combination. Yes, it's okay. I did well with it, but did I do well with it because I'm on small maps with a shotgun, or did I do well with it because of the build? I'm leaning towards I did well with this shotgun because it's a shotgun on small maps rather than the build itself. The build itself is not great unless you are a person sliding and jumping a lot, and you can see I'm not jumping at all. I would be jumping a little bit more if I had a controller built for that. Obviously, they have modified controllers that allow you to move some of your buttons to make it easier to jump while you're playing. I don't have one of those controllers. They are extremely expensive. So maybe if you're doing something like that, then yes, that would be more towards your playstyle. But for me, this isn't a shotgun that really suits my playstyle. It doesn't really enhance me running around with a shotgun at all. There are a lot better builds. So in terms of the attachment setup, I would lose this blueprint. It's just not for me at all. There are a lot better shotgun builds. Again, enhance your range, enhance either your aim down sight speed or your hip fire ability. That would be a lot better for a shotgun. Now let's talk about the camo in general. And I didn't mention, but I do want to mention, this is unlocked in Season 1 Battle Pass. It's a free unlock. It's not a free unlock. I do have the Battle Pass, but they give you a certain amount of COD points at the beginning of the game. So if you unlock Battle Pass, you'll get this in terms of Battle Pass. So just look out for this in the Battle Pass of Season 1 if you do have that. And you can see, looking at it, it does have the scales. If you did purchase the extra one, it has a flaming type mode, which is really cool. This is still okay. It has like scales, which looks pretty cool. I would have actually preferred, you can see in the top right hand corner, there is a gradient of bluish purple on the top part of it, and then you have this what almost looks like lava or dragon on a different part, the lower part. I'd prefer that throughout the entire gun. I think that looks insanely cool. The gradient is pretty cool, but I like the combination that looks like lava. I like that through the entire gun. But let me know in the comments section, have you utilized this? If you have, do you enjoy it, or is it something you're going to pass on? Again, I'm going to pass on it. I don't recommend it. There are a lot better combinations for a shotgun in general. Increase that damage range and increase your aim down sight time or your hip fire. That would be much better for a shotgun. You'll do a lot better doing that rather than all of this jumping and moving, because if you're not doing that as much, then it's not going to be worthwhile. Again, I'm not one doing that. I like just running around. I like being quick with my gun. I like just shooting and moving on. I'd rather be able to hip fire. Of course, I'm not hip firing this because I don't have anything enhanced really with the hip fire, but I'd prefer something along those lines. So I'm going to lose this, but let me know in the comment section if you've used this and if you enjoy it. What do you think of the camo? Let me know in the comment section. I do like the camo. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I like it, so I'm going to keep that camo. Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk anything Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and until next time, peace.